this is my sketchbook for January and February for Hin Und Her. You're welcome to follow me on Instagram. And I already did a video for January, so now I will just quickly go through the pages. Yep. So for January, my only purpose is just to start to build up a routine to sketch daily. Then, because I haven't been doing drawing or painting for a little while, that's important for me to get back into the routine and have the flow to walk every day. And then that's why in the beginning those sketches are not very pleasant. They look somehow awkward, but as the time goes on, I feel like my drawing is just my fear towards paper go away, and I get loosened up when I do more sketches or paintings. I really like this one. Yep. And which layered a very good foundation for me to do the daily sketch practice in February. Yeah, so February sketchbook starts from here. After the January sketchbook, I get obsessed with color pencils. That's why I come here. I get all those new polychromos from Faber-Castell. And this is the pink, red group. This is the green group. This is the blue group. This is the brown group, like for earthy, and the white. Yeah, so after I bought the color pencils, I test out the color pencils by doing some little sketches here. I quite like those kind of random shapes. And more with like little characters. I especially like this olive green and this kind of pink, I don't know how to call it, this kind of color. Yeah, and here another color pencil sketch of a portrait with who she is one of my best friends, and when we were chatting I had a sketch of her using her photo as a reference, which turned out quite nice. And this one, I just want to do some abstract landscape or something, but somehow I want it to be dreamy in the dark night, but somehow turns out having like an American flag feeling. Well, I don't know what happened there. And watercolor. Also, I watched a lot of YouTube videos just so to get inspired, and these patterns are inspired by a YouTube video channel I will put down there in the link. And I was also, for some panels, I was imagining the bacteria, how bacteria might look like. Pink, green, fluorescent-ish feeling. But I think I didn't really quite get it. So I guess I'll do it again. Yeah. And this one also from another YouTube channel. I studied how to do the wet on wet watercolor painting, which is very fun because those textures. Yeah. And that's another one from that same channel. Just follow the tutorial. I learned a lot and it turned out very nice in a very quick way, just by layering up different colors and different edges and let the water flow. Yep. And here that's more like illustrative or drawing-ish. And this one I did quite in a random situation when I was having my German class, and I did this kind of characters, because if you have ever been to Berlin, you will notice on the street there are a lot of hipsters, and they wear maybe one of them, but well, this fanny pack is very popular, and this tiny little hat on the head is very popular, and the puffy winter jacket, Club Mate, don't look above, and the sticker on the back of the phone when people go clubbing. Yeah, so this is called Berlin Hipster Starter Pack. Maybe I'll do something about it in the future. And this is a random sketch. I don't really like it. I'm also not that happy with this page. And here I was trying to think of maybe design some cards for you know, festivals or for important dates throughout the year. So this one I was trying to design something maybe like for Easter and using this kind of word on it. Excellent. Do you find it funny? You excite me. Well, I'm not sure what this will be made though, but I will have an Etsy shop. This will come up soon. Yeah, this page is a bit blank. And this one, because I was preparing for Etsy shop or Hin Und Her, these kind of images, then I was trying to create like a special font for Hin Und Her. So I used the paper, I just used my hand to tear apart the paper and tear out those letters I put on the back as reference. And the residue of the paper, they are left here. So I just tried to experiment with the collage. And I found some piece of paper that looked like 3 little birds flying to the south, or maybe coming back to north because the spring is here. And I quite like it. I quite like how it turned out. And this one, so there's an Instagram challenge called #TurnMe, and you know, just like use one of your selfie or photos and use half of it to draw your own style over it. I quite like it. And I was watching a lot of documentary over Ghibli studios, or somehow, I don't know, does it have it? I was trying to have in the kind of Ghibli look. And this is more little sketches of faces. Ooh. And this one is a watercolor practice to draw very healthy herbs, because I feel like painting is just like those herbs, slow but healing. Yeah, and don't ask me what happened here. This page is a little sketch for this one. I'll show you this first. So this one, because Valentine's was coming around, 14th of February, and I want to design a sticker sheet which will also be put on my shop later, and I want to use a monotone color to draw what is love? What will people do for others when they try to express the love? So like massage, kiss, hug, and cook a food, compliment, encouragement, messages, all this. And I made a stick sheet out of it. It turned out quite nice. So yeah, it will be on my shop. And I went to the YouTube channel again. If you are interested to learn watercolor painting, make sure you visit. And I just enjoy the water flowing on the page. Now it's all soaked, but when you are painting, it's very satisfying. And I use this as an inspiration. I used 2 of my favorite watercolor colors to do this one, which is like with the dog buddy, you walk past the park and you see the sunset. And this one, I think he is a Nobel Prize winner, and he is an old professor who has very wide afro and the square glasses, very iconic look. And he has a YouTube channel I will put down in the link as well if you're interested. He showed those very interesting experiments in chemistry research. And this one, I watched a documentary about Ghibli Studios, so I want to try to practice the vibe of how the landscape or the background look like in the Ghibli films. Obviously, it didn't turn out very well, but I think in the future maybe I will practice more. And this page is a bit sad. I want to make some bottles, but here I did in iPad, which in the future I'll make it bigger. And this one also in iPad because I was on a trip, so it's easier to draw, just bring an iPad and draw on it. Then I did little icon look characters. I really like drawing characters, and by imagining plants, little girls, Camilla, tropical plants, wind turbine, bee, grumpy cat, well-groomed doggy, and a fluffy dog. Yeah, so I'm thinking design more of this and maybe make them into like a memory card game for kids or something with the round edges I made as well. And then with gouache, I drew some little cute dogs. I like this one the most. And then here gouache again. The step is like I create different shapes with the same color first and then use a color pencil to add the details. I like this one. And this is just like a gouache sketch, purely out of my mind flow. Didn't really have any plan, but there's a secret. That day my period came. I guess that's because it's all in my head. I'm thinking about it all the time. That's why I drew this, as you can tell. And I am also very interested into scientific illustration and also beautiful mushrooms, fungi, and all these intelligent species. So I did very detailed pencil sketches of it. I like how it turned out. I think I'll do more in the future as well. And this page is for little kitty, kitten. And this page didn't really work out. And this one, so instead of portrait, I also want to just experiment with some different topics. Then this is like architecture, because in Berlin it's always very grey, and I kind of miss this very crispy summer light projected on the white houses. And this one I used pastel sticks. It's very fast, you feel very free when you do it, and very quick to have very nice effect. And then add some tiny lines as details to come to form a contrast. So I quite like it. And I give it a name. I feel like I want to hide in your head. And this one, because I really love birds, and I found a picture online and tried to use gouache to paint them. The details are not very clear, but yeah, so I add little sketches on the side to form a spread or something. And he says, she says, "You are beautiful." No, you are. Oh my god, we are all beautiful. And this is with color pencil again, and I especially like this one. As we all know, coronavirus is causing a lot of serious situations. So, but I think by washing hands regularly, it will help. Yeah, and this page is some body gestures study when people are dancing and how the body is gestured. And this one is, for this spread, I was thinking about those faces in the reflection. And also the more I sketch, the more I'm thinking about maybe adding narratives into the sketch, not just like using a photo as reference or something. So yeah, that's what I did. Reflection, mirror, mirror, mirror. This trying to do it as like a water, but I'm not that sure. But I like the vibe. And this one uses some reference online. And this I really like. I did it today. I learned how to paint trees. Tree study using watercolors. Like, there's a YouTube channel for that too as well. I can, if you're interested, I can let you know. Yep. And more landscape trees studies with watercolor. And watercolor to paint the sky, the cloud. Different ways to paint clouds. Yeah, that's today. And this is from, actually sometimes I don't use it like page after page. So this one before, gouache painting of the portraits. Yeah. And also I did 2 portraits here. I really like this spread because this is my 3rd time or something to use gouache and to paint faces. I use girls from pexel.com as reference, the picture as reference, and then yeah, I really like it. So that is my January-February sketchbook. I hope you enjoyed, and tomorrow I will start a new one.